and welcome everyone from around the world. I'm Kristen Schwartz, licensed midwife and one of the MCs here at Gold Learning. And I have a very special guest with me here today, and that is a midwife, Ximena Rojas Garcia. Welcome, Ximena. It's lovely to have you here today.
Hello, Kristen. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so excited that you're here with us today. You will have a presentation with us at Gold on a very serious and very important topic. And the title is The Birth at the Border, a case study of refugees and migrants at the Tijuana-San Diego border. And I want to talk about that in just a moment. But first of all, I want to know, where in the world are you? I assume you're close to the border, of course. So tell us where you are. And tell us about your background before we talk a little bit more about the presentation.
I am located at the Tijuana-San Diego border and the Mexico side, and I am also crossing the border to do some work in the San Diego and California area in the United States. So being a borderline midwife means being across both countries most of the time, working on both sides of the front line of the border. Yeah.
You're in a very unique position. I don't think there's many people who work in two countries simultaneously and having that big of a difference in care. You see, I'm sure what you see on the US side is very different from your work with the pregnant people that come and are on the side, the refugees, the women, the children, the teenagers, you see, right? I mean, I can only imagine what that must be like. So tell us a little bit about the work that you do there.
Well, I am honored to be witnessing a lot of families and a lot of migrants, refugees that arrive to the border, and they overcome and survive very tough situations through the migration, the journey of traveling or fleeing different tough situations about what's happening in their hometown, even though if it's sometimes related to their activities, sometimes it's related to the politics in their hometown, some others is related to different structural problems that are related to also don't having access to work or to have their properties, their land is taken, or very many different situations that families survive and they have to flee their countries. So when they arrive to the clinic that we have to provide free services, sometimes the families arrive with nothing in their hands but their babies or their toddlers, and they don't have the ability to collect all their belongings. So sometimes even we provide with a phone call, with internet, so they are able to start collecting some of their information that is very valuable to present their case. Also, we provide with very basics like information about how to find shelter. We provide also with food, 200 meals every day. We provide with water. We have the only free fountain of water where people can drink day or night. And we also provide with diapers, clothes, like very basic things. So as midwives, we were prepared to see a pregnant family and to serve them. But now we are facing, since 2016, the summer of 2016, all these other different situations where we needed to provide more than a prenatal consultation or birth services, but to start advocating for human rights. So we became human rights defenders here at the border, and that has been my path so far. I am honored to do this work, and I am inspired by every family that knocks on our door.
That's truly inspiring, Ximena, that you have this free clinic for these, families there. And it's like, it's so much more than just caring for them in pregnancy and birth. As you mentioned, you're there as, an advocate. You are there to give them, provide them with other services like diapers or clothes, and maybe put them in connection with some immigration, lawyers or some legal support as well, right? I mean, there is so much to it. And how do you stay grounded yourself without getting lost in this, seeing so much sorrow and hardship every day? What do you do to care for yourself, Ximena?
Well, we care for ourselves in different ways. I personally love to stay connected to my ancestors and the indigenous ways. So I am grateful for the land that I am here at the Kumeyaay territory, and I hold those teachings in my heart and in my daily life. So I try to be grateful for everything I have, for all the privilege to have a family, to have a roof. And also I hold space for grief for myself and for the community. So that way I don't hold it and I don't store trauma in my body. So I let life and Creator to help us navigate all those very difficult situations. So I am able to do different ways, like sometimes we have fire by the ocean, sometimes we offer flowers, sometimes we offer tobacco, and we do different activities. And it's very important that we have a network. So it's not only myself working against the world, but we are a network, a community. I feel it more like sisters. We are in this powerful sisterhood where we support each other and we make sure we're doing good. And we also hold space for us when this is too much. This is reflecting something in my own story that is a lot. So we can have that step back and have someone else to work with, a family, and to continue with the case. So we have also help with different networks and other organizations that can help us navigate all these different situations for families.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And another side of you, you mentioned you're an indigenous midwife, and you are university educated, but you come from a long line of midwives, right? So talk about that as well. It's been so wonderful that your ancestors and elders are midwives as well.
Thank you for mentioning it. Yes, I am excited to share that. Yes, I had the privilege to go to the university and enroll into a formal program and go to other program, and I had the privilege to access to school and degrees, and not everyone has the same opportunities. So some of my teachers are also indigenous midwives or lay midwives that didn't have that opportunity because in their communities there were no schools, or there were very few years of schooling. So they learn from different ways and the word of mouth, and they pass also through different practicing for years until they can do their work under supervision. So it's a different way of learning, and it's very valuable, even though it's not recognized formally, but it's recognized by the community. So hopefully one day we can get to explore and also get to recognize those ways too as a valuable way of certifying a person or a midwife that is doing an amazing job, like some of my teachers that I had the privilege to receive some of their knowledge, and they are doing an amazing work, and they serve the community, sometimes at no cost, sometimes because they truly know and believe that it is a gift that they have to be at service. So sometimes they retire and they don't have a retirement account or anything but the kindness of the community and the support of the community, which is a lot. And they are well cared, but sometimes not so much, depending on what is their situation. But that is something that I appreciate, having the honor to have that in my lineage. And I treasure it, and I hope that we don't let midwifery or traditional midwifery die, and we can continue preserving the ancestral
Right.
remedies, the stories, and their hands and their ways, and remember their dreams. Yeah.
Yes, and it's wonderful that you carry that tradition forward and share it with others as well in forums like here and in your teachings and when you work with other midwives and co-workers and such. So thank you for doing so. It's truly beautiful. Now, Ximena, let me ask you this: if any of our viewers listen and watch this now and go like, "Wow, I want to be part of this," where can they find your organization? Tell us the name of your organization again, the free clinic, and maybe tell us a website where they can find you if they feel led to donate or participate in any way, shape, or form. So where can we find you?
Yes, please. You can volunteer. It can be remote volunteering. It can be in person. And just go to the website, refugeehealthalliance.org. And it's very easy to click on volunteer or click on donate. Also, we have the Ancestral Remedies and Midwifery organization. And that's how you can find us on Instagram and Facebook. That's the organization that has all the midwives from different paths together. So it's called Partería y Medicinas Ancestrales.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. I am so excited about your presentation that we will record here in a few days, and it will be available around the time our GOLD Midwifery Conference comes along. So I hope everybody is joining the conference and is also tuning into your presentation here, which again is called Birth at the Border, a case study for refugees and migrants at the Tijuana-San Diego border. So thank you so much, Ximena, for being here with me today, talking about your important work and your background and your lineage there and about midwifery in general. It's been such a pleasure chatting with you.
Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to watch all the speakers too. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you again. And for our viewers, now some information. If you would like to find more out about our midwifery conference, you can go to goldmidwifery.com. That conference is open for registration now. And there you'll also find more information about this presentation here. And I'll hope you will join us at the conference for this amazing presentation that we'll have for you and all the other wonderful presentations in the conference. So thank you everyone for watching, and I hope to see you soon at the conference. Bye-bye, everyone.